Hey guys, this is Q's NBA videos. This is my first video, so welcome to my channel. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. Okay, so in case you've been in the woods for the past few days, you know that Kyrie Irving has requested a trade from the Cleveland Cavaliers. This is a move that me personally did not see coming. Every time I see Kyrie, he looks satisfied and he looks like he's getting buckets. I don't see why you'd want to move. You're on the second best team in the NBA without question, and you're playing with the best player in the world. So why was Kyrie interested in a trade? Probably because he wants to be the man somewhere. Well, I guess that's kind of what we can figure out. And from my perspective, I think he probably doesn't want to be LeBron's little brother anymore. I mean, the truth is, every time you do watch the games, you see Kyrie getting patted on the back by LeBron, just like you would to your little brother. And that could probably get pretty annoying, considering Kyrie Irving, in most people's minds, is a top-flight point guard in the NBA. He's a top-notch point guard. I mean, there's not much disguising that. I don't think that the Cavs are going to be quick to trade Kyrie, though. I mean, if they want to have LeBron stay, I mean, they need Kyrie. LeBron's not winning a ring if he doesn't have Kyrie or another superstar of Kyrie's caliber at that position, or the shooting guard. I mean, he'd need another guard. For LeBron to be successful, he'd need another guard. And I think the Cavs know that, and I don't think the Cavs are going to be quick to deal Kyrie, especially because his contract isn't up until 2019, I believe. It's summer of 2019. So he's got some time on his contract. It's not like he's going to be a free agent next summer. He's got 2 years. And a lot can change in 2 years, as we've seen with the Bulls. I mean, 2 years ago you thought the Bulls had a chance to make the finals, and look at them now. So, a lot can change, and Kyrie could definitely still want to stay in Cleveland with LeBron. That is if LeBron stays. And that is what I'm going to get into later in this video, but I don't know why Kyrie would want out necessarily, besides, I mean, what we've already discussed. There doesn't really seem to make much sense to me. Now, what does Kyrie want out mean for LeBron? I mean, I kind of taints LeBron's reputation for other free agents, I suppose, because LeBron's kind of always been that one that it's like, oh, he's the free agent you want to play with. Not all free agents, they want to play with Kobe, because he needs the ball a lot. Not all free agents want to play with Westbrook because he needs that ball a lot. But LeBron's always been viewed as the player that you can play with and you can still get the ball even if you're on his team. He's a passer, he's a versatile player in many different regards. So many players in the past, we've always heard, want to play with LeBron. And this is the first time we've heard someone saying, I don't want to play with LeBron, that's why I'm leaving. Kind of like Kobe multiple times. I mean, look at Shaq, Dwight. I mean, Kobe was kind of this way. And what a lot of people perceive as Russell Westbrook and what drove KD away from the Thunder. So for LeBron, that's kind of a not great thing. And LeBron said he didn't see this coming either. So I mean, this kind of came out of nowhere. So for LeBron, I mean, if Kyrie's gone and you got Kevin Love and I mean, maybe let's exclude the fact that they get Carmelo Anthony, because if they get Carmelo Anthony, this whole mess is crazy. That could mean a starting lineup of something like Carmelo at the 2 maybe, or a mega 6th man of Carmelo. But people who hate on Carmelo, they don't understand. Carmelo gets buckets. You put Carmelo at the 2, you put Carmelo at the 3, Bron at the 4. I mean, I guess that would mean playing Kevin Love at center, and that's not going to work. But that would be a huge lineup, A, which would be kind of difficult for the Warriors to be with, and B, Carmelo's going to get buckets wherever he is, and he could definitely replace Kyrie's production, if not up it on offense, and he's somewhat of a better defender. But then you realize they have absolutely no point guards, and would probably have to sign someone like Derrick Rose, possibly, if this deal is made soon, if he's still available, and that could be a very good lineup. So, excluding the Carmelo factor, because that could be a deadly lineup, if Kyrie's not in Cleveland, LeBron has a good chance to leave, or at least in a lot of people's minds. Because their chances of winning a ring without Kyrie are a lot lower than with Kyrie, for obvious reasons. But personally, I don't think LeBron's going to be that quick to pull the trigger, because LeBron, as most of us know, cares more about his legacy than everything. I don't know how to say it even. Like, for LeBron, the number one goal is to be better than Michael Jordan. Not to win the most rings, he's chasing that ghost. And he's said it publicly. So, for LeBron, I don't see how he can leave another team. Because if you look at the top tier players in the NBA, look at Michael Jordan. He was always a Bull. I mean, yes, he did the Wizards thing, but that was different. He was a Bull. Kobe, he was always a Laker. Larry Bird, he was always a Celtic. I mean, these are players that have stuck with their team. These top tier players in the NBA. I mean, Dwayne Wade, yes, he's going to Chicago, but he's Mr. Miami. Like, he was in Miami. Tim Duncan, with the same team his whole career. Dirk. The reason Dirk is viewed as an NBA legend is because he didn't need a super team to win that ring. He brought that team back, and he was with the Mavericks forever. It's like 20 years now. That's why Dirk is a legend. He's not even that great of a player. But a lot of us view him, including myself, view him as a top 10 player all time. Because of that, you can argue with me all you want in the comments below, but I think Dirk's a top 10 player. So LeBron understands that. And now, for LeBron to go to a fourth team now, that just doesn't seem right. Like, the Cleveland stint, Miami, and then Cleveland again, and then a fourth team. Like, the only other player I can think of at the top who I was thinking of earlier was Shaq. But, like a player that switched teams a lot. But even if you think about that, I think that was a negative for Shaq's legacy. Like, when you look at it, like, I mean, who remembers Shaq in Phoenix, Shaq in Boston, Shaq in Miami even? He won a ring, but, like, do you really remember? No, you don't remember that. Shaq in Cleveland. Like, you can make a whole, like, book of Shaqs. I mean, it's ridiculous, but you don't remember that. You remember Orlando, and you remember the Lakers. So, it definitely taints Shaq's legacy, in my opinion. Now, that's different for everybody. Some people don't really care. But same thing with Chris Paul, in my opinion. I think him going to the Rockets, although he's on a great team, and he's going to be really interesting to watch, I think it kind of taints his legacy a little bit. Think if he was on the Hornets, and then he goes to LA. Like, one team switch, that's kind of regular for these players. Kind of like Peyton Manning in the NFL. Like, you remember both of them, 2 chapters. Kind of like LeBron now. So, Chris Paul going to the Rockets, I think kind of taints his legacy. It's a third team. That's a lot of different teams. And it doesn't really show that loyalty. And it kind of makes your memory a little confused. You remember the player, you don't remember the team and those championships. So, anyway, getting back to my point. I think LeBron, he only has one location in the league that will keep his legacy fully intact if he leaves Cleveland. So, Kyrie's dealt this year, let's say. They're garbage this year because it just doesn't work with whoever they get for Kyrie. And LeBron says, I'm out. In my opinion, there's only one place he can go. You've probably figured it out by now. That would be the Miami Heat. If he goes to Miami Heat, that means, yes, he's switched teams. Like, he's been on 4 different teams, like, at different times. But it means he's been on 2 teams. Now, you could remember Heat LeBron and Cleveland LeBron. And that just, to me, that just seems better for his legacy. Like, if he ever wants to be talked about with Kobe and Jordan and Larry Bird and all of these guys, I mean, he kind of already is, but if he really wants to be there, he, in my opinion, has to go to Miami to have only those 2 chapters in his career. Where is he going to go in reality? I don't know. Honestly, it's hard to say. I mean, the Lakers is like what everyone's saying, but does that really make any sense? I mean, Lonzo Ball is good, but, like, he's going to be, how old is he, 19, 20? Like, doesn't make all that much sense to me personally. And then they'll have all that much else. Yeah, they got Brook Lopez, and I think that's going to be kind of a cool deal that they got going on. But also, Lonzo's going to run a system there, and Lonzo's going to be the key. He's going to do a lot of passing, obviously, but he's going to be the key to that system, and I think throwing LeBron there could mess that up as well. But then again, it's the Lakers, and Lakers don't always make the best decisions. And when you have a chance to get LeBron on your team, you don't really turn it down. I mean, his name is LeBron James. He can basically do anything. So, I don't really know But I think, personally, that LeBron is probably, for his legacy, and he'll think about this, he's probably either going to stay in Cleveland, or if he wants to keep his legacy intact, he's going to go to Miami. And if you think about Miami, they don't have that bad as a situation. I mean, they got Goran Dragic, who they could trade and probably get an upgrade for. And they got Hassan Whiteside. They got Josh Richardson. He's all right. They got some talent down there. Say they were to acquire, like, I'm trying to think of players that would be on the market next year. But say they acquire a free agent that's pretty top tier, all-star level. And this is the Eastern Conference we're talking about. Like, the Heat without LeBron are probably going to be a 4 seed. Just think about that. I mean, honestly, they're probably going to be a 5 seed. Not a 4 seed, but a 5 seed. The Heat is decimated right now. Not the Heat. The East is decimated right now. It's like someone just zapped all the star power from it. Like, the teams are weak. So if there's a time to get to the NBA championship for most of these teams, it's this year or next year, before LeBron builds the next super team, because I feel like that's inevitable, whether it's in Cleveland or Miami or somewhere else. But if it is somewhere else, as I said before, I think that's really going to taint his legacy. And I don't see LeBron tainting his legacy. LeBron's a smart dude. He knows that winning's important, but at the end of the day, 1 year he might not win the NBA Finals isn't going to kill his legacy, and he cares about that legacy more than anything. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully you can leave a like and subscribe if you liked this video, and come back for more content another time. Thank you, guys. Have a nice day.